forgiving. The silence speaks. The past we escape is the past we keep. We dance through summers that feel so near, till winter arrives and makes things clear. He sang in the sunlight, weightless and warm, blind to the edges of gathering storms. Tomorrow felt distant, distant and slow. Certain seasons would always flow, but warmth is a guest that never remains. Time moves in shadows, counting our days. No voice ever warned, no thunder replied. When time stops forgiving, none can hide. When time stops forgiving, we finally see the cost of the dreams we thought we'd be. The fields fell silent, the air turned cold, comfort dissolved into hands that hold. Echoes of laughter lost to the frost, counting too late what seasons had cost. For time never falters, bargains always. It patiently tallies the weight of our not cruel, not angry, not driven by blame. Time never needed a reason or name. It grants us moments, fragile and brief, and seals our choices beyond belief. No villain to curse, no hand to defy, only the truth we delay to deny. When time stops forgiving, truth draws near. Winter remembers, winter is here. When time stops forgiving, none can outrun the ghosts of the days we lost to the sun. Some hearts we cannot hold, no matter how much we try. Not every love will reach us, no matter how we fly. I hide behind my pride and whisper that I do not care, but wanting stays inside me. It is always in the air. You hung so high above me, a sweetness out of reach, a dream I could not touch, the lessons it would teach. I chased a fleeting hope and tried to pull you near, but love is not for taking, no matter how sincere. I called you too sweet, I called you too far. Changing the words cannot dim your faithful star. I laughed at what I loved and denied what I adored, turning tender truth into a guarded shining sword. Some hearts we cannot hold, though we beg them to stay. Not every shining love was ever ours that way. It's better this way, I whisper softly to myself, a fragile shield of thought to hide my quiet health. Night reveals the hidden lies we whisper to defend, and strips away the masks we polish to pretend. I called you too sweet, I called you too far. Changing the words cannot dim your faithful star. I laughed at what I loved and denied what I adored, turning tender truth into a guarded shining sword. Some hearts we cannot hold, though we beg them to stay. Not every shining love was ever ours that way. The fox may curse the grapes and say their sweetness wrong, but distance needs no lie nor pride to mask the longing. Call grapes too sour, still the story stays the same. Unreachable is not unworthy, nor a thing to blame. I called you too sweet, I called you too far. Changing the words cannot dim your faithful star. In a world that hurries, where effort feels small, quiet persistence can still conquer all. Every step feels heavy, every path unclear, yet I keep moving forward, though no one is near. Small stones in my hands, each one a chance, a steady rhythm and a silent dance. The voices around me say, why even try? I answer her in silence beneath the sky. No haste, no anger, prayer, no desperate call, just patient courage that outlasts it all. Step by step, drop by drop, little by little we reach the top. Though the world may turn away, quiet persistence finds its way. Time moves fast, rewards are few, but I keep believing in what I can do. The smallest effort can tip the scale, a whisper of triumph in a quiet tale. Though no applause greets my steady climb, each pebble matters, each moment in time. Strength is quiet, unshaken and true. The world may sleep, but I'll break through. Step by step, drop by drop, little by little we reach the top. Though the world may turn away, quiet persistence finds its way. It's not the roar, it's the patient flow, the silent rivers that nobody knows. Every small act, every gentle sway builds the path, lights the way. Strong and loud, quiet persistence makes me proud. No cheers, no rush, just the steady climb. Quiet persistence turns small drops to time.
They say the strong don't need a hand, that kings don't bend, don't break, don't fall. But listen close, this tale begins with a truth pride hates above all. The trap isn't weakness, it's refusing to stand. I was born with a roar in my chest, crown of dust, claws of flame. The jungle bowed when I passed it by, every echo knew my name. I laughed at the small, I spared them once, not mercy, just passing the day. Never knowing the quiet ones would guide me when I lost my way. Strength feels endless when no one's near, power shines when you stand alone. But the higher you climb without looking down, the heavier the throne. I didn't fall, didn't fail, cause I was blind. I failed cause I swore I'd never need a hand that could untie my bind. The ropes were thin, my pride was thick, that's how it goes. The net was never the mouse below, the net was my own ego. Caught in silence, no roar left, just breathing shadows and time. Every nod a whispered thought, you should have seen the sign. Then a voice I barely remember, soft as leaves, steady and near, said you once chose not to crush me, Now let me answer your fear. It wasn't strength that cut me free, wasn't size or borrowed might. It was letting go of the lie that said I had to stand alone tonight. I didn't fall 'cause I was weak, I fell 'cause I wouldn't bend. I wore my pride like armor tall and called solitude my friend. The ropes were thin, my pride was thick. That's how the story goes. The net was never the mouse below. The net was my own ego. Funny how the smallest hands can undo the tightest chains. Funny how the quiet truths outlast the loudest names. Power fades, the jungle shifts, but mercy keeps its way. And every king meets the moment where humility decides his fate. So if you're standing tall tonight, but drowning all the same, if help feels like surrender and pride feels like your name, remember this old jungle truth. Time keeps trying to show the strongest ones survive the fall by letting others close. This was never about a lion or a mouse, or who stood tall or small. It's about learning this before the fall. Needing help doesn't make you weak, refusing it does. Refusing it does.
This is a story they don't tell you right, about burning bright instead of living right. Not every race is meant to be run fast. Some flames shine hard but never last. They pointed and said, watch how the hair flies. Every cheer feeding the fire inside. I laughed at time, said I'll rest on the way. Didn't know rest could slip away. I ran for love, not the finish line. Mistook applause for something mine. I burned too fast, I burned too fast. Lit up the dark, then watched it pass. I burned too fast, chasing the past. I won the start, but it couldn't last. I burned too fast, I burned too fast. Some lessons only come when you crash. Down the road walked a steady shell. Quiet steps, but he knew himself well. No rush, no need to prove or show. He let the minutes come and go. I marked his pace, said life's a race. Didn't see the cracks behind my face. I slept on winds I hadn't earned, while he stayed slow and never turned. I burned too fast, I burned too fast. Ran so hard, nothing lasts. I burned too fast, chasing the past. Crowds fade quick, then you're just knew what I ignored, that staying whole is the real reward. So if you're flying, feeling brave, remember the time the tortoise saved someone's fate. Some lessons last, not every race is won by fast. I burn too fast. Now I see it last.
He stood on the hill where the signal fires burn, a town far below, every pathway well learned. They said shout when it matters,
Don't waste our breath, but silence felt heavier than the lies he kept.
so he borrowed a danger, borrowed a cry, sent panic rolling through the sky. They came running fast, hearts in their hands, until they found nothing but quiet land. And the truth wears thin when it's worn as a game. Every warning starts to sound the same when belief is asked like spare change in a cup. Don't be shocked when the world gives up. Each laugh from the crowd carved into his name. Each empty echo fed the flame. He didn't crave chaos, didn't crave fear. He just wanted proof that someone was near. So he cried it and again and again and again, till doubt grew thicker than honesty then. The town learned a lesson, sharp and neat. Ignore the boy, keep the streets safe. And the truth grows tired of being bent. Trust is a bridge that's easily spent when every whisper is dressed as a shout. Even the real ones get filtered out. Then one quiet dusk, no joke to play, no borrowed fear, no words to say. A shadow moved through the grazing line, and this time the danger wasn't pretend. He didn't scream, he didn't run. He held his breath till the moment was done. The wolf took sheep, took proof, took blame, but left the boy with a deeper name. They thought they taught him honesty by turning away repeatedly, but what they taught when the noise was gone was when to stay quiet and move on. The hills stayed bare, a lesson learned but not the fair one there. Some don't lose truth because they lie. They lose it when no one asks them.